back into the nest of my arms, hair curling over fingers, and I bring myself up. Countenance solemn. No, I think I've had enough. Suit yourself. I will. I look at David. Alright, what's next? Need to figure out the root of the problem. It usually has something to do with the troubles of the people, right? I'll just be forward then. Has anything been troubling you lately? Nothing more than usual, I suppose. I'm just here to commemorate the occasion. That wage hike takes a major load off, though it's really too bad that we're still under Gabriel's boot. You know, I bet they let the bill pass just to avoid revolt. They don't give a shit about us. Gabriel, that's not this country, is it? Wasn't that... the mother country, correct. I think that Brighton should be a colony of theirs, or shouldn't it be a colony of theirs anymore? It was labeled as independent with dossier. I need to know more. How might I ask properly? What about the president? He seems to be working for us. He does, right? You know it doesn't matter. He's just a figurehead. He can't do anything without Gabriel's approval. Can't even raise a military to defend against Fedria without them kicking up a fuss. Hell, it took 6 months before they sent him. They let him train a single soldier. I'll give him some credit though. They quit crying about it and have been funding us rightly ever since. Probably realized that if Fedria took us over, then they'd lose their workforce. Fedria is a third country sharing a border with Brighton. What was it I read about them last night? Don't we have a truce with them or something? It has been around for a while. Yeah, but it's hardly there. Fedria has never been too afraid to start a war or two over some real estate or over some insult to their forefathers, whatever excuse. Our truce with them is just a piece of paper. If they wanted to, they'd take us down in a heartbeat. Or they would have, at least until we got an army to secure the border. Never know, though. Wow, this guy talks a lot. It's wonderful. I hardly have to say a word. Or at least I would if you didn't seem to want me to respond now. I put on a bit of an angry expression for a second, but then reconsider. Maybe a sad expression would be better. What's my character anyway? Am I being myself here? Wait, no. None of that matters, just answer. That's terrible. Okay, I need another question. Maybe I should let some of my ignorance show. Why is it like this anyway? You don't know? Hell, I'm not surprised. They practically skip over that in schools. Give it a paragraph, maybe? Sure, they'll tell you Brighton used to be a Gabrian colony, that we gained independence 120 years ago. They just never mention the costs of that freedom. Economic sanctions, crazy ones. I mean, they weren't always crazy. Back then, minimum wage could feed you and more. The sanctions haven't changed, though. Haven't adjusted with the dollar's value and cost of living. We screwed up. Got lulled into this false sense of liberty, got so caught up in the things we could do, we forgot what we can't. Thanks to inflation, these sanctions are making us so poor that they're killing us. I mean, literally killing us. Not a great thing to bring up when there's something to celebrate, but I don't even think they're tracking just how much, or just how many have died trying to live. I know I've definitely lost count. Then, is this the root? I mean, it sure does suck that these people are poor, really. Though, honestly, if they've been this way for so long, they should be used to it. What is poor, exactly? Television was harping on it earlier, David was harping on it just now, so I figure it must be important, but, you know, it's nonsense to even consider this seriously. I don't understand any of this. The obsession over the economy, the excitement over higher wages, none of it makes sense. Poor. It's not having enough for a snack. Money is a trivial thing. Another thing is that this is not even a major society of the world. That being the case, how come we're dealing with it at all? And Cyrus, what is he thinking dragging me here? He probably only wanted a drink. What can I learn from the whole world? What can I learn about the whole world from just one person? Not much. Ugh, this is stupid. It must be something else. If it's so terrible here, I wonder how it is in Gabriel. In complete luxury, they live like kings. Even their bums live better than us. Whoa, that is a filthy thing to say. It's a damn miracle any of them work at all with how much they get for free. They get fired, the state takes care of it. They're hurt, the state covers it. No job to start with, the state. The state will go to the goddamn moon for its precious Gabrians. Can you believe it? People are starving here, and it's that kind of fucking bullshit that... I wince and raise my shoulders a little. Oh, sorry. It's okay. I don't really take any offense to swear words or rude language, but my dad was never terribly fond of them. And I have grown unused to their bite, the harsher ones anyway. It's a bit shocking to hear one in that tone. I decide to look back at the television, feeling embarrassed on David's behalf for reasons beyond my immediate comprehension. Let's go ahead and check out the codec now. Gabriel. Gabriel is a major society on S8659541 Sul. It is one of the 3 most significant societies on said world. Marked by extreme wealth and influence, it is the richest society on Sul and has connections with nearly all other societies. Gabriel is currently a patriarchal monarchy with socialist-leaning government-funded health, education, welfare, etc. The majority of mediations on Sul have dealt with the society. Gabrians began as a nomadic trading people, quickly established a reputation for their amiability and good dealings. Trust was heavily placed in them for their reliability, and they often ended up intermediary between several budding nations on their home continent. Eventually, seeing the value in the messages they were changed to carry between countries, they began trading information, mobility, connections, mercenary escort, and knowledge of secrets to protect them from assault, and soon the nomads became rather notorious. At some point in time, they founded the Gabrian nation along the coast of their continent. From their new settlement, they amassed a military and turned to imperialistic goals. It did not take them long to have much of the world under their influence, with colonies on every continent and a grasp on most countries. Gabriel is also largely responsible for the technological advancements of S8659541. Their ingenuity and cleverness mixed with opportunism has pushed scientific discovery along much faster than the average system. They have managed to develop and act upon nuclear theory, powering their society in old colonies with rudimentary, somewhat experimental, nuclear fusion reactors. The latest project has been the construction of artificial islands on Sul's oceans. Currently, Gabriel remains at the top of Sul society. While it has granted technical freedom to all its colonies, it seems that they are still leashed in some way or another to their mother country. It airs the same sport of all 4 seconds before cutting out. When the picture returns, a twisty and intricate crest, a duck flying over a sword and pickaxe looks like, appears on the screen, set aside in noble blue. Could this be a team logo? And addressed to the audience from the coach and captain? Oh, I want to see. I lean back a few feet from the counter until I am supporting myself only slightly with my fingers and mostly with the stool's 2 hind legs. Honestly, the warmth of the beer has not completely dissipated. David, what is that? Holy... George, turn it up! The person who is wiping glass behind the counter raises his eyebrows slightly, and then reaches listlessly for the remote. When it is in his hand, he turns and gives the television a tired glance. The crest on the screen wakes his eyes immediately. He is soon mashing the volume up. I hear David shifting at my right, and it sounds as though he is turning in the direction of Cyrus and the other man. Clark, get over here! Oh, so that is the man's name, Clark. Clark and Cyrus look at David strangely, and then strangely look at one another, and then they begin rushing over. I find their antics confusing and unwarranted. What is the big deal over this? In a few moments, the whole gaggle of men surrounds the television. Even the waiter has stopped cleaning tables to watch. I know that sports are popular and all, but this is a bit much, isn't it? This is an emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Please pay close attention to the following message. Oh? The message will begin in 40 seconds. This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Please pay close attention to the following message. The message will begin in 30 seconds. Goodness, this is it, isn't it? It's the thing, the problem. Oh no, no, I'm not ready for this. Cleaning up garbage is one thing, but this is completely another thing, and I don't even know what exactly. I search Cyrus's eyes for something to comfort my spirits, but I find nothing, and do not know why I bothered at all. His face is indescribable as ever, aside from the serious brow and lip, of course. The message will begin in 10 seconds. Crap. The message will now play. The crest vanishes, revealing a man in a suit at a desk, a dapper brown suit and a large brown desk. I imagine he must be important, as the crest from before is quite brazenly carved into the wood of his furniture. As for the man himself, he looks older than Cyrus, which is ancient at worst, and age 60 at least. He looks very tired. His face is worn and his expression does nothing for the mood. He does have some fake-looking hair, though. That's pretty funny. I almost have a small chuckle, but given the severe expressions of my company, I decided it would be best to stifle it. Brighton, we have endured. As a people, as a country, as a workforce, we have endured these past 120 years. Surely you are all very, very tired. I, my people, my friends, am very, very tired. The word sobering meant little to me before this, but I completely understood it at this point. The way this man carries himself, his speech and his dour voice have all combined to chill the warmth from my head. I sit my stool back down and have an actual seat, looking up at the monitor with certain intensity. The man has me engaged. I am tired of the media portraying our common man the fool, an ignorant sort all too glad to do the deeds of his betters. Tired of these foreign companies providing us work and wages that we will celebrate for only pennies more. Tired of hearing my people say in passing and in normalcy, "No, I do not know who will eat today, perhaps tomorrow." Brighton, I am tired of our masters. I am so tired. People of Brighton, we have grown used to freedom. We've grown so used to freedom that we've forgotten that we are not free. This chair and this desk, this stage of knobs on which I played my part is evidence of that. I offer a serious and composed look to Cyrus. I'm understanding correctly, and I can't say I'm one for understanding much of anything in this world. It seems that this leader here is not as much of a leader as he might like, which frankly I don't quite get. The way leadership works back home, at least on the large scale, is that several especially intelligent and reasonable people rule over all of us. The idea of power being not enough, of being feigned, seems complicated to me. Like, what's the point? Why the show? I'd like to ask Cyrus about it, but he isn't returning my gaze, and instead remains focused on the television. I suppose I'll just have to listen. But I am not here to tell you the troubles of our state. I am not here to tell you the glory of our fathers. I am here to confirm the quiet whispers through the alleys and the worried murmurs of Gabriel elite. Pardon? Consider this a threat. People of Gabriel, you have 4 hours to comply with my demands, or a nuclear weapon will be launched at your country. That can't be good. Winter, come over here for a minute. I rise and step over to my mediator, feeling surprisingly clear-headed and befuddled all at once. He takes me from the counter, leaving the 3 gentlemen to discuss whatever it is exactly that the man on the television just brought up. A nuclear weapon? The hell is that? What does Barnaby think he's doing? Can't believe he really did it. What kind of place does he think this is? Sir, could you please break down what just happened? I'm kind of lost here. Winter? I know we've only just arrived, but did you look at the files you were given at all? I did. Have you been paying any attention to anything out here? I have. You have. You have. Then explain who that man is. Explain anything. Don't put me on the spot like that. The leader of Brighton, sir, President Barnaby. He's angry about Gabriel. I'm not an idiot. Gracious, why can't I articulate or explain it any better? I just wanted to clarify some things because I'm shadowing you. Sorry, I reacted out of impulse. I forgot how unprepared life in our world can leave.